So over the past couple of weeks, we've wrapped up the formal community engagement for Phase 5 of the Facility Master Plan. So Phase 5 is Consider, and Consider is really just thinking about all the potential options there are, thinking about academic spaces for the district and how things could, and I would say especially should, look different going forward.
I am a parent of a 5th grader at ACO Kenwood French Immersion. I also have a 10th grader who also attended ACO Kenwood and Dominion. If we're building new buildings, how do we make sure that the infrastructure is there for that? Are we building pools and stadiums? Are we making sure that there's science labs? You know, all of these things connect to other areas of the city like Ohio State and Chem Abstract. You know, all of the businesses that are here could really be key players in the future of how our students learn.
You know, we certainly want to always have as much representation as we can get, but we just weren't hearing that student voice in the public meetings. And so we made a very intentional pivot to get out to our schools and make sure that we do have that student voice really leading the way for this facility master plan.
I think this simulation thing was a great idea because we need like the actual students' thoughts when it comes to making those big decisions that will eventually affect these students.
I think some schools that needed to be combined were Kaz and I think Eastmore, I believe. Both schools I remember are lottery schools, so combining those two could like have a great facility, like a system that could help the students a lot. And it's interesting because it could be like the second Fort Hays kind of like.
As of today, I think we've hit about a dozen of our school sites. We've made the commitment that over the next couple of weeks, we're going to make sure we touch every single one of our middle school and high schools. At this point, we've engaged with over 200 students.
This district specifically is very spread out. There's a lot of students in different parts of the district that go to private schools and other types of school. But the reason they're going to private school is because they feel like the public school near them doesn't have the things that, well, the parents feel like they don't have the opportunities they wish to get their kids to have. And I feel like if we balance it out and add equal opportunities to each schools, then more students would go to the district.
Looking at how really complex it is. It's really easy to say, oh, cross this off and build this here, but when you're speaking to people who have been in that space and have personal interactions with those students and teachers, you start to see how big of a decision and the weight that it could be.
I hope everybody understands the significance of public schools in the vibrancy of our city. And so I think everybody has a role to fill and a voice that should be heard in terms of what those schools look like, because this really is a long-term plan.
I think it is needed because it could just generally influence our future generation and just make things better.